call to order the Rosemont Planning Commission meeting for Monday, March 16th. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any additions to tonight's agenda?
There are no additions to the agenda, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there any input from the audience on tonight's agenda for items that are not on the agenda? Okay, moving forward to our consent agenda. Our consent agenda this evening includes our minutes of our February 24th, 2026 regular meeting. Are there any comments or questions on the consent agenda? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Kenninger, seconded by Commissioner Ellis. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have no old business, so we will move on to our public hearing section. And our only item on our public hearing section this evening is a request by D&D Holdings LLC for a site plan review to construct a full-service restaurant. Anthony, I will turn it over to you.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. This is a request for the site plan review by the Planning Commission for the Copperfield. This would be a location of a restaurant, a new location for a restaurant that's currently located up in Mendota Heights. The building will be able to seat 192 people, including in an outdoor dining area. Staff finds that it does meet the requirements of the zoning ordinance, with one caveat that the lighting plan is forthcoming. The site itself is 1.4 acres in area. It's designated in the city's comprehensive land use plan as CC, Community Commercial, and it is within the MX2 Highway Mixed Use Zoning District. The site itself is located north of County Road 42 and west of Akron Avenue, as shown on the site aerial here, between the First State Bank Suite Needs to the west of the site and O2B Kids Daycare Center to the east of the site. Immediately south is the Landing Apartment, as well as a commercially zoned parcel at the intersection itself, and then to the north is the Wicklow apartment building. With regards to the site standards, specifically related to setbacks, it does meet all of the minimum setback requirements for development in the MX2 zoning district. You can see there on the table, particularly to the south and east, the building is mostly located in the western portion of the site. Also note that the maximum lot coverage of 75% is met. It is below that amount at 72.3%. Thought I put a site plan on here, so we'll just use the landscape plan for that. The building itself is located, as I said, kind of in the western portion of the site. Main access into the site will come from the north. There is that private drive, upper 144th Street. That access point also serves the daycare center to the east. There's a private road along the northern boundary of that parcel. There's a couple entry points into the parking lot there, as well as entry points at the southeast and southwest corners of the site there. This parking is open between the two areas with a valley gutter type separation for stormwater management, but these are drive-through parking stalls here. Now, don't get too excited. I know you saw those renderings, and we're all excited about those. But the exterior materials of the building will be brick. The code requires at least 50% to be brick or natural stone. The plans show it being entirely of brick or stone, with the exception of some metal cladding around the windows and at the roof line. No EFIS is shown on the elevations, although 10% is allowed by the code. It's well below the maximum building height of 35 feet. The building itself, when measured to the bottom of the roof truss, is 14 feet in height, but the architectural parapets that surround the roof extend that height up to 16 feet and 21 feet in some areas. The plans include a trash enclosure that matches the material of the principal structure, and that is located at the rear of the building or also the north side of that. So here are the elevations themselves. You can see that brick material there. Then the upper elevation would be from the south. You can see the outdoor dining area there as well. And then here is the north. You can see the trash enclosure area. And then this is the west side of the building. So here are those renderings. You can see some lighting provided on the walls, those gooseneck lights facing to the ground. The signage itself will be kind of a stylized copper with die-cut lettering within it and backlit. You can see on this to the south side the structure showing that outdoor dining area with a little bit different signage that faces County Road 42 from that angle there. And again, this one is from the southeast vantage point. And then this one is from the northeast. You can see that trash enclosure there with the same materials as the principal structure. So parking provided by the plans meets the minimum amount required by the code. The code has a standard of 1 parking stall per 4 persons of maximum occupancy. That takes into account the office areas, kitchen, storage, seating, standing. Those are delineated here on the right-hand side, but based on the occupancy of 264 people, 66 stalls are required. 71 stalls are provided on the plan. Also note that there will be a cross-parking agreement with the First State Bank immediately to the west of the site. Also note, too, that this restaurant will be a full-service restaurant serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But with the bank and then the daycare, the peak business times for the restaurant will be when those other uses are not being used or as busy. The applicant's landscaping plan does meet the requirements of the zoning ordinance. There's 17 trees on the site, and that is equal to 1 per 3,000 square feet, which is the standard. Foundation plantings in the amount of 1 per linear feet of building perimeter are required. That would be 30 shrubs. As we typically see, the number of those greatly exceeds the minimum at 159. The parking lot landscaping, as required by the code, 10% of the parking area must be landscaped through peninsulas, islands, and then in addition to that, there needs to be trees, a certain number of trees per parking stalls as well. So you can see the building or the parking lot area of 24,703 square feet would equal 2,470 square feet of landscaped area and 5 islands based on that standard. It exceeds that by providing 7 islands and 2,965 square feet of landscaped area. And then, as I said, a certain number of trees are required for each parking stall. For each 10 stalls, they provided 9 to the 8 required. So you can see here how that landscaping plan is laid out. There are the islands and peninsulas that are landscaped with trees. There's trees along County Road 42 placed evenly at 50-foot spacing as required by the code. And it is a little bit harder to see without zooming in, but there is shrubbery in all of the islands and around the building, and lastly along the southern boundary of the parking lot to provide some screening there. The outdoor dining area, the code has a number of standards specific to that use, and I don't want to go through all of them with you. I will just call out that the parking lot, or outdoor dining area shall be designed to limit the effects of the outdoor seating on contiguous properties or public rights of way. That is met. Facing 42, there's no concern about noise. 42 is much louder than any dining area could be. Also, that the seating area is not located in any required setbacks, which it is not, nor shall it interfere with any required circulation for either vehicles or pedestrians. You can see there's a sidewalk along the parking lot area here that is required, and it is separate from that outdoor dining area, and that goes up to the main entrance there. Also note that outdoor dining areas are not allowed within 200 feet of any residential use as measured at the property line. This patio is 264 feet from the nearest residential parcel, which would be the Landing apartment building south of County Road 42. So just a couple other things that I want to bring up. The city's engineer has reviewed the plan, provided a memorandum that contains comments that will have to be met prior to the issuance of building permit. None of them were significant or would require any changes to the site plan itself. They were more related to some of the technical aspects of that design. The site is served by existing utilities that were put in with the adjacent parcels, and that is water to the north and sewer to the south. With regards to the engineering, there are trunk area charges that were not collected with the plat approval. Those will be due with the building permit, and those are shown there for water and stormwater. Sewer access is determined by the Met Council based on the amount of usage estimated through their calculations. Much like the trunk area charges, park dedication fees were not paid with the final plat. Those are due with the building permit there as well. And then lastly, site lighting. Description was included with the applicant's submittal related to site lighting. The lights within the parking lot would be on poles. They would be below 30 feet, but because that is something that is required of other applicants, staff did ask for that to be submitted. Also note that because we are meeting a week earlier than usual, typically we would be receiving those plans this week if requested, but they were unable to provide them. Staff hasn't experienced a situation in which a site lighting plan doesn't meet the city code's requirements. Also, given the area around it, the threshold is a little bit higher with regards to the lighting level. They don't have to be, they can be 0.1 or 1 lumen versus 0.5 lumens because it isn't adjacent to any residential parcels. So all that is to say that staff feels comfortable with reviewing that administratively prior to issuing any building permits. So with that being said, staff is recommending approval, subject to the conditions listed before you. And I'm happy to take any questions that the commission may have. The applicant's architect is present to answer any questions that I'm unable to.
Thank you, Anthony. Are there any questions from the commission at this time?
And Anthony, can you go to the satellite view for a minute? I just want to talk about the flow of traffic. So we think most of the traffic will be coming in, because if they're coming from the west driving east, they'll turn north on Akron, right?
Traffic coming from the
west
site?
driving east. Like they come from downtown Rosemont, they'll be driving east on
Sure.
42.
Yep, they can, yeah.
Okay. Is there a left turn there though?
There's a left turn at Abbeyfield, right?
There's a left turn at Abbeyfield
Okay.
that can be
That's the way I
entered
go to
there.
Sweden.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, great. What I'm curious about, especially more so on the Akron side, so if somebody were to come in Akron, is there going to be any signage allowed here? Because I'm familiar with the area, and I kind of know how to go around here, but we don't want people like coming north on Akron, missing that left turn, which is easy to do. I see a lot of people doing that. Now, they could hit that traffic circle that's going to be going in on Connemara, but we don't want a whole bunch of, cars just spinning around the circle there. So I'm curious, from a sign standpoint, are we thinking any signage either on Abbey Field, kind of guiding them to 144th, or more importantly, I think, on that Akron, that left turn there, it's right by the Quick Trip, that really kind of points out this is where you turn for the restaurant.
So off-site signage is not permitted by the code. Certainly, it's something that could be considered if the city is experiencing a lot of trouble finding the site. I would say that a use like a restaurant like this, people are able to find it more than someone just trying to, it's more of a destination than, say, you're just driving down the road and need to get to a gas station or need to get to a Dunkin' Donuts. These are places that people are intentionally traveling to and will be able to find. I think with any sort of development, you're not going to avoid people missing a turn, but that's not everyone missing a turn.
But if it becomes an issue or the perceived issue, the restaurant owner, developer could bring forward and request an exception to.
Certainly. This is all part of the Prestwick Place planned unit development. So there is a process through the planned unit development amendment process that could be used for something like that, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Going off that, I think the thing that I noticed in that whole area in general is like if you exit Quick Trip and take a right, you're 100% committed at that point to also taking a right on Akron. And I don't know that a lot of people are aware of that. And so I think my concern sometimes is that somebody might try to, override that forced right and try to go left in that intersection.
Sure.
Any other comments or questions?
I had a question. You were talking before about the lighting requirements, and that it was going to be less restrictive because it doesn't border residential.
Correct.
But as we look at this, it looks like it does border up to the apartment building to the north.
Right.
So does that little tail that we've got there, does that mean that they have to abide by the more strict rules or not?
So with regards to the lighting, the standard is it can't exceed 0.5 lumens at a residential parcel boundary or 1 lumen at any other parcel boundary. So the site could conceivably have lights that reach 1 lumen at the east and west parcel boundaries. It would be that far north one up on the other side of 144th Street, actually, that would have that 0.5 lumen threshold.
Understood. Okay.
And with the LED lighting and lighting technology, it's just not something that even in my time here at Rosemont has ever been an issue because it's so directed and focused.
Yeah, it's focused down and works better. Yep.
And I don't know if we, do you have any, I don't know if we have any pictures that show if they plan to have lights at that, up at that area.
I wouldn't anticipate the lights that were there. The lighting, the site lighting, the building itself has lighting on the walls.
Yep.
And it's more decorative. But then
The parking lot.
the pole lighting would be in the parking lot area
Yep.
to illuminate the parking lot, which is far south of that
South
little
of that.
flag tail there.
Tail. Okay.
This might be a question for the applicant, but I didn't see like maybe the hours of service and,
So I can definitely defer to them. I know breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I don't know how late that would go.
okay, yeah, because obviously they have a bar in there, but I don't know if it was something that's restaurant hours or bar hours, so,
Sure.
okay.
Sure.
Any other comments or questions? Okay. Thanks, Anthony. This item is a public hearing item, so at this time we will open up the public hearing. Anyone in the audience who would like to speak on this item may do so at this time, coming to the podium, stating your name and address for the record. And Anthony, you said the applicant was here?
Yes, there's a representative for the applicant.
Okay.
Are you able to speak to the hours
We do have the property owner here this evening, though, Madam Chair.
Property owners here.
Okay. But probably can't speak to the hours?
No.
Okay.
no.
I,
I would, if you want to, I would just look at their website and what their hours are in Mendota Heights.
I was gonna say their
Because
Mendota
that's
Heights
probably-
one.
What they would be doing.
Yeah. Madam Chair and Commissioner Rivera, so any restaurant or any business would be subject to the city's hours of operations or any restrictions if there were evening hours planned for the type of use in there.
Looks like Mendota Heights closes, the latest is 11 PM on Friday and Saturday.
And the reason I'm asking, obviously, because we've had the conversation with the residents prior for other things that went in there, but I wasn't sure. They welcomed, back in conversations, they welcomed restaurants and things, but I wasn't sure if they'd welcome it if it was open till 1 AM or whatever, so. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone in the audience that wants to speak? Okay. I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Kenninger, seconded by Commissioner Reed to close the public hearing. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearing is now closed. So I don't have any questions on this item before we move forward. I just want to say I'm super excited about it. I know that they have been working with the Port Authority for some time, and it's exciting to see it come forward and come to fruition. I have dined at their Mendota Heights location. I'm excited to have this as part of our community with breakfast, lunch, dinner, and some additional offerings for a restaurant for our community. I think it's going to be a great addition, and I love the building. I think it looks really nice and really will look nice in that area. So,
Agree.
anyone else have a comment before we move forward?
No, I'd echo that, another choice to dine in Rosemount would be nice.
Yes. Okay, with that, we could entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion. Motion to approve the site plan to construct a restaurant at 1070 Upper 144th Street West, subject to conditions 1 through 5.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Biedner, seconded by Commissioner Reed. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. This item is a final decision this evening. Site plan reviews are solely the purview of the Planning Commission, so it will not move forward to City Council. The decision tonight on this item is final. And with that, that closes our public hearing section this evening, and we have no new business. Are there any discussion items? Any items for discussion?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So before adjournment, I will just do a quick schedule review. We have our upcoming meetings back to Tuesdays. So after this month, we are back to Tuesdays. Tuesday, April 28th. Tuesday, May 26th, which is the Tuesday after Memorial Day. And then Tuesday, June 23rd. So if anyone has conflicts with any of those dates, please let Liz know as soon as possible so that we can ensure we have quorum for upcoming meetings. And with that, I will adjourn the meeting. Meeting adjourned.